What's up, gamers? You have TigerChainsaw here, and we did it! We are finally reaching the end of reviewing every Mega Man game on the NES. If you've been paying attention to my channel, you would have known that I have done a ranking of all 6 Mega Man games on the NES. But after that video, I decided to individually review each Mega Man game, and we are at the end as Mega Man 6 is going to be reviewed. Now, Mega Man 6 was released in 1994, but I'm wondering, would it send the series out with a bang, or would it stumble? Well, we are here to find that out. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, or if you just haven't yet, make sure you hit that sub button as it really helps me grow. Alright, let's get in to Mega Man 6 to see how the series goes off on the NES. The final Mega Man game from the original series on the NES was released in March 1994. Mega Man 6 closed the door on a series that had 6 releases on the Nintendo. The Blue Bomber's final mission on the NES would see him take on a new villain while giving you new gadgets like a jetpack. Would the series end on a high note on the Nintendo? Let's find out, starting with the plot. And as always, spoilers are ahead. By now, we know how Mega Man games go. Dr. Wily comes up with a terrible idea to dominate the world. Usually it involves kidnapping scientists, posing as an imposter, or stealing robots from Dr. Light. In Mega Man 6, Dr. Wily isn't mentioned, so he must be reformed. More on that later. Anyway, there is a mysterious Mr. X who is sponsoring a robot tournament. Designers from all around the world, including the United States, Japan, and Canada, have entered the robot fighting tournament with their best robots. The goal of the tournament is to find out who can create the best fighting robot. Now the tournament comes down to the final 8 robots, when all of a sudden, Mr. X comes in and teleports the robots away from the arena. Mega Man is called into action once again to save the world, as it turns out Mr. X has evil plans for these 8 robots. So first, Mega Man battles his way through the 8 robot masters and into Mr. X's fortress, only to discover a shocking reveal. Dr. Wily is Mr. X. Oh my God. Who saw this coming? This must be the greatest plot twist in the history of storytelling. Surprise, surprise. Dr. Wily is behind the entire thing, just like every other Mega Man game. So, Mega Man chases Dr. Wily off into his new fortress, where he once again defeats all the enemies before fighting Dr. Wily. Now, unlike the other Mega Man games, once Mega Man defeats Dr. Wily, he puts him behind bars. That's a grand idea. And in the end, Dr. Wily now rules the world from prison. You know, if the series did end on the NES, I at least thought that Mega Man 6 wrapped it up pretty well, because Dr. Wily was actually in prison. So if it did end there, it ended with him being behind bars. Mega Man 6 has the best robot masters in any of the games on the NES. I loved their designs and thought most of them were really unique, and I loved all the stereotypes that they represented. Robots like Nightman, Tomahawk Man, Yamato Man were all inspired by human warriors, but the designs of Plant Man, Centaur Man, and Flame Man were also pretty cool too. The only robot masters that were somewhat lame were Blizzard Man and Wind Man, but let's take a closer look at all of them. Blizzard Man is always hitting the Alps. Centaur Man is often confused for the penny horses at grocery stores. Flame Man is Voldemort's second favorite turban. Nightman is unfortunately always attached to his ball and chain. Plant Man loves to be plucked. Wind Man, just don't stand downwind from him. Yamato Man, Yamada Yamada, tomato tomato. And finally, there's Tomahawk Man, where there is no way in hell that he would be designed in today's age, as everything with the Indian design is now deemed racist. R.I.P. to my Cleveland Indians. One of the best upgrades in Mega Man 6 comes in the form of the jetpack. Using his trusty robot dog Rush, Mega Man has the ability to hover around and reach higher platforms in this mode. I loved it because it didn't require any energy. Now it does have a limited fuel amount, but as soon as you land, it replenishes itself. So the jetpack is really convenient when you want to skip some pretty tough platform sections. Along with the jetpack, there's also this power upgrade to Mega Man. He kind of puts on these football pads and boxing gloves, but he can break through these walls that have cracks in them to receive extra lives and other special power-ups. Another great thing about Mega Man 6 is the environments. By 1994, Capcom really knew how to design a wonderful level filled with vibrant colors and just really cool scenery. I really enjoyed running through the castle on Nightman's stage or seeing the beautiful sunset on Tomahawk Man's stage. But besides the environments, the enemies were just as good as any other Mega Man game. In fact, you actually used dead enemies in this game. For instance, in Flame Man's stage, there were rivers of oil that you had to cross. Some enemies would spit a flame on the river and set it ablaze. The only way to cross these rivers was to destroy quick-moving enemies that kind of resembled Roomba vacuums. Once you destroyed them, they would flip over and land on the fire river and act as a cushion for you to cross. As far as presentation goes, Mega Man 6 did not disappoint me. It does have a really cool intro video detailing the tournament of the robots, and then at the end it does have Mega Man wrapping Dr. Wily up in rope and sending him off to prison while a newspaper flashes the news. But it also added stats and small intros for the Robot Masters before you played their levels. In the previous 5 games, the Robot Masters would kind of do a dance or a signature pose before you played their level. But in Mega Man 6, you also get information on them, including their special powers and stats for defense and size. Now, that doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but I thought it was pretty cool for the presentation. The other bosses besides the Robot Masters for Mega Man 6 were really top notch. I really liked the dinosaur, and I also really enjoyed Dr. Wily's swinging wrecking ball. These are just really impressive feats, and they look great on the NES. Like the 5 previous games, Mega Man 6 is a difficult platformer. You aren't going to be speedrunning this game on your first try. In fact, it will take some repetition to get used to the enemy placements and all of the intense platforming. But I will say that I think Mega Man 6 is probably the easiest game in the Mega Man series, simply because it's a culmination of everything good in the series. You have the sliding function, you have the charged up shot, you have tons of health that surrounds you, and of course, you have the jetpack. All of this comes together really well, and it makes for a great experience, especially with the continuous sophistication of the environments and levels. Now, there are some things that Mega Man 6 didn't do well. I still hate facing all of the Robot Masters again once you reach the fortresses. And even with the jetpack, there were some very difficult platforming elements that I just thought were a little unfair. And the end credits, well, they're not as good as they are in the other games. I thought Mega Man 5's end credits were kinda lame because all it did was just show the Robot Masters and said who designed them. Mega Man 6 follows that, but at least now the Robot Masters show off their power-ups. Mega Man 6 sends the series off on the Nintendo with a bang. It is the best in the series on the NES. The Robot Masters are designed really well, and while Dr. Wily is ultimately behind the plot, I appreciate the new way of disguising him. Mega Man 6 showed that Capcom could tweak the formula and improve the gameplay with the added jetpack, and along with all the other previous elements in the Mega Man series, this is going to make Mega Man 6 the best one. Which is why I'm giving Mega Man 6 an 8.6 out of 10. Which means you need to buy this game. It would be a great addition to your NES collection or your retro gaming collection. Mega Man 6 takes the best parts of all of the Mega Man games on the NES and combines it all together to make one great game. that should be in your collection. We did it! We got through all 6 Mega Man games on the NES. Mega Man 6 has officially been reviewed. So, what are your thoughts and comments on Mega Man 6? Let me know below, but also, what's your favorite Mega Man game in the entire series? I want to know because I haven't played them all, and I'm looking forward to playing more of them in the future, and who knows, maybe your favorite will be reviewed. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that sub button, as it really helps me grow, but I have plenty of retro gaming content, plenty of reviews coming up, and plenty of NES content. So, thanks for watching, happy gaming, and make sure you play a video game today.